Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can implement Android 16's live notification update in Godot game engine. So we will be creating an Android plugin for this. So yeah, let's get started. Now before we create a plugin, based on this particular documentation, I have created one cheat sheet which is over here. So instead of following this documentation, I will be following my cheat sheet, but if you like, you can follow the documentation as well. Now first you need to create an Android project. So to create an Android project, I'll quickly show it to you. You just have to click on new project over here. Select empty activity or empty views activity, either one is fine. Then click on next, and here make sure the minimum SDK is 26 and build configuration is DSL. Also one more thing, before you create an Android project, check your Android Studio version. It should be at least Android Studio Narwhal 4 feature drop or higher, because we need to target SDK 36. SDK 36 corresponds to Android 16, and if you don't target SDK 36, you will not be able to use that particular live notification updates. So live notification updates is only available from Android 16 and above. So if you have a lower Android version device, again you won't be able to test it. So okay, so then just click on finish, yeah, it will create an Android project for you. You will have to be a little bit patient because it does some Gradle syncing that takes a bit of time. So yeah, just wait till it initializes the project. So once your project is initialized, I'll tell you how it would look like. So it would look something like this. Okay, so something like this. Now here you will not see this my library folder. Okay, why I'm getting this error? Okay, so it was a false positive from Android Studio. Anyways, ignore that. So you will see this app folder and Gradle scripts folder. So you need to create this my library folder now. So again, you have to right click, new, module, select Android library. You can give it whatever name you feel like. I have given it as my library. Again, minimum SDK is 36, language is Kotlin, and then click on finish. Again it will do a Gradle syncing, and you should be able to see this my library folder being created. Then you need to open Gradle scripts, open build.gradle.kts of my library, scroll down, and at the time of me recording this video, I am using Godot 4.5.1, which is the latest stable version of Godot. So here that's why I have added this particular version, but if you are using some higher version, make sure you update that version. So you need to add this particular line of code, and here you will see a sync now button. Just click on that sync now, and it will download the Android dependencies for you. Then you need to go to my library, go to Kotlin plus Java, and here you first need to create a file called Godot Android plugin. So just right click, new, Kotlin class file, name it as Godot Android plugin. I have already created this. So inside this particular file, firstly you will have to copy all this imports. So there are some dead imports as well. I'll just remove those dead imports. So here you can see you need to copy all these imports. Okay, then here is our class which extends from Godot plugin. Here I have given the name as my plugin. Now this name can be anything, but do remember this name because this name will be used in lot other places as well. Then here I have we first need to get the notification permission. So that's why I have created this, as well as this particular part and this variable to track. And this ID is basically for displaying notifications. So same ID will be used in all other places. And this is the notification manager. Now sorry, I forgot to show you guys the output. So first I'll show you guys the output so you guys can have a better idea of what I'm talking about. Sorry about that. So here you can see I've recorded this on Android 16. So I'll just play this. So first it will ask you for notification permission. So I will give, and here you can see I have created separate buttons. I'll just pull down my notification screen. As you can see, there are no notification as such at the moment. So I'll just dismiss this, and I'll just click on this first button. So in this particular example, I'm showing you an example of a ride sharing app or something like an Uber clone. So you have requested to go to a particular location and you are waiting for the driver to come to you. So I've clicked on the first button, and here you can see this is what the progress bar is indeterministic. So the app is trying to find a driver for you. So now I will click on second button. So the progress is 10. So here you can see the driver is reaching towards you. Now I have clicked on the third button. Now the progress is 20. So now I have clicked on the fourth button in case. So in this particular, so I have just got it. Okay, so here you can see when you click on the fourth button, if you want to add a button to your notification, you can add it as well. So this is the example for it. And if I click on the add stop button, for now I'm just displaying a toast message, but you can do some advanced stuff as well. Now I've clicked on the fifth button. In the fifth button, if you want to display this progress point, so this is basically called a progress points, you can use this as well. So I'm just showing you different example of live notification update. You can use whichever makes sense to you in your case. Like, you won't be showing just one, right? It will be depending on your business logic and scenarios, depending on your app. So here I'll just click on the sixth button, and here you can see, if you are here, I'm just made this particular as red color, just to inform to the user that the driver is experiencing some heavy traffic. And then finally I'll click on the seventh button. In case if you want to display icons at the start and the end, you can use this particular approach. So hopefully you got the point. That's what we are doing. Okay, so here inside here we have defined a method called setup notification channel. So this is boilerplate code which you have to write whenever you want to display notification. Then here we call build based notification. So if user is using Android version 16 and above, then we just do notification of builder, set the content title, small icon, ongoing as true, color as well as style to it. Okay, again this is for below Android 16. This is not really helpful for us, and here you need to add this particular bit of code as well. Then this gets called as soon as your plugin is initialized on the GD script side. So we immediately initialize our notification manager. We ask the user for notification permission, and then we set up notification channel as well. So this is how you request for notification permission. This is actually the old way of requesting notification. There is a new way called register for activity result, but unfortunately the Godot Android plugin does not support it, so we have to resort it back to the older way. So here you can see, again this is all related to notification permission as well as this particular part as well. Now here I have annotated this method with @ used by Godot, so this can be called from GD script side as well. So for the first method I am accepting a parameter. For rest of the methods I am not. I have just wanted to show you an example of how to accept a parameter if you want to send some parameters from GD script side to native Android side. That's why using this approach you can do it for rest of the things as well. So here you can see I'm checking where permission granted, and if Android version 16 and above, then we just call build based notification. We set the content title, we set the content text, we set small icon. Now coming to the icons part, this is very interesting. So what you need to do is, I'm not sure if I don't think you will see this res folder. If it is not present, you just have to right click, new directory, name it as res, then again right click, new directory, and name it as drawable. So here you can see I have this. Now while displaying images or icons for notification, it's highly recommended to not use JPEG or PNG. You should use SVG, but Android OS directly does not support SVG. You need to convert it to XML. So it's quite simple. So suppose if you have some SVG icons on your desktop, so you just have to right click, new vector assets, select local file, click on this, select your SVG file. I don't have a SVG file at the moment. Then click on next, click on finish. Okay, but the other easier approach according to me is, suppose if you don't have SVG file, if you want to use the built-in vector icons, so you can just right click again, new vector assets, click on this Android icon, and here you will see a bunch of icons. So I have used all of these icons, like so you can use just click on next and then click on finish, choose any icon whichever you feel like. So that's what I have added over here. So in case if you decide to use some different icons, make sure you replace it inside your code as well, otherwise you will get error. So this r.drawable is basically referencing the icons which we have inside the drawable folder. Okay, so here you can see the progress style is progress indeterminate as true. That's why for the first button we were seeing that. Here we are setting large icon as well, set short critical text, and here we are displaying the notification. For second method, again the same thing. Only thing is, here we are setting progress is 10, and here you need to, instead of progress indeterministic, you have to write this particular line of code, set progress as 10. And whenever you are using set progress 10, you need to remove this. So I have commented this out, so I'll just completely remove this. You cannot use the set short critical text. Instead you need to add this set show when as true and set when. So here I have just added 10 minutes for the driver to reach the user. Okay, similarly for third function as well, I have just updated the progress to 20. Rest everything remains the same. Okay, Now for fourth one, here you can see, like I was telling you, if you want to display a button inside your notification, so you can't directly add a click listener to your button if it is inside a notification. You need to use something called pending intent. Now a pending intent, here you can see it requires an intent, and an intent will perform the action for you. Now I have used a broadcast receiver for this. You don't need to use a broadcast receiver, there are other approaches as well, but I felt like broadcast receiver was the easiest approach. So here you can see it is referencing another Kotlin file, so you need to create this Kotlin file again, and here inside the whatever you write inside the on receive method will get implemented. So in our case the toast message was getting implemented. Okay, now there is one more thing related to broadcast receiver which I will come back later on once I show you guys the Android manifest file. We need to declare inside Android manifest our, in case if you are using a broadcast receiver. So here we define our pending intent. Rest everything remains the same as previous, but here you can see we have add this add action button as well. So that's what we are doing over here. Then here is our fifth method as well. So here you can see again we build our base notification. Everything remains the same. I'll simply scroll through this. The important thing is here we add the progress point. So again you can change this value to whatever you feel like. Rest everything is same. Now for the sixth one, here you can define, here you can see we are defining a spannable string as well, and the color is of type red. Here we set the content text as spannable string, and this particular part which I saw in the documentation is not getting shown on my Android device. I don't know why. Maybe this is a bug in Android 16. They might fix it in minor version of Android 16, but at least in Android 16.0 I'm not able to see this. I don't know why, so be careful with this. Rest everything remains the same. And for the seventh one, again the only thing which I have added is this one, progress start icon and progress end icon. That's it. Okay, again I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and copy the code. Alright, next you need to go to the manifest, Android manifest.xml, and here you need to add post notification as well as post promoted notification permission. Then add the application tag. Then here you need to add a metadata tag. So here you need to be careful. So first this should be your plugin name in case you forgot whatever you have defined over here, right? So just copy this and paste it over here, and this should be your package name in case again you forgot whatever you see over here. Just copy it, and this is the class, Kotlin class which we have created, and this is the receiver which I was talking about. If you are using a broadcast receiver like me, you need to add it inside your Android manifest as well. Okay, once that is done, you just need to go to the project drop down, and here just go to your library, and here just right click new directory, and here you need to create this export underscore scripts underscore template. So I have already created it. Inside this you need to create these two files. So to create this, just right click new file, name it as export underscore plugin.gd, and repeat the same process over plugin.cfg. Now inside plugin.cfg you need to write this boilerplate code. I have copied this from the Godot Android documentation. So again this should be your plugin name. Rest change the description author to whatever you feel like. Then you need to create this export underscore plugin.gd as well. Again I have copied this from the documentation. Only thing is this should be your plugin name. Rest everything can be same. Alright, once that is done, you need to cd to your Android project. As you can see, I am already inside my Android project, not inside your Android library but inside the root of your Android project, and you need to run this particular command. I'll show you this one, /gradle wassemble. So I'll just copy this. Again I'm using Mac OS. On Windows it might be a little bit different, so just check the documentation once. Okay, let it do its thing. It will generate some Android libraries for us. In the meantime, just create a Godot project. As you can see, I have already created it. Just create one node 2D, and here you can see I have added 7 buttons to it, and I have attached one script to it, and for every button I have attached the press signal on the script as well. Okay, before I show you guys the script, just go to project, click on install Android build template. I have already installed it, but if you are doing this for the very first time, you need to download it first and then install it. So once you install it, you should see this Android folder being created. Okay, then go to project, go to export, click on add, click on Android. So here you will need to add Android. So as soon as you add Android, at the bottom, ignore this particular yellow line of code, but instead you will see something else, some hyperlink button fix. Just click on this button, and then you would be navigated to something like this. I have captured the screenshot This is a little bit different in Godot 4.5 and 4.4. So in 4.5 you have to check this particular checkbox as well. Okay, so that's all you need to do. Then check this use Gradle build option, and here I have changed the min HDK to 26 because our Android library version has min HDK of 26. Now Godot 4.5.1 only targets HDK till HDK 35, but like I said, live Android notification update requires Android 16, which requires target HDK 36. So that's why I had to manually change this from 35 to 36. That's why here it is showing it in yellow line that the default version is 35. Hopefully in Godot 4.5.2 or 4.6 they will upgrade the target HDK version to 36 and above. In that case you don't have to do it, but in my case Godot 4.5.1 still targets HDK 35, so I have to update it to 36. Now here I have checked all of this checkbox because I don't know what Android architecture my device is running on, so I have selected all 4 of this. Then you can just close this. Then you need to create this add-ons folder. Now if you want you can create it from Godot game engine. I am more comfortable creating it from file explorer. So here you can see this is my Godot project. I'll open one more window because I want to show you guys something. Okay, so here is our Godot project, right? So here inside that I have created a folder called add-ons. Inside that create a folder with your plugin name, and inside that create a folder called bin, and inside this my plugin folder I need to copy these 2 files, export plugin.jd and plugin.cfg. so just go to your Android project, go to your library, export scripts template, and just copy these 2 files over here. Now this .uid file is automatically generated by Godot game engine, so don't worry about this. This is for internal use of Godot game engine, like for indexing I guess. Then inside bin you need to create 2 folders again, debug and release. Inside the debug folder you just need to copy the my plugin-debug.ar, and inside release my plugin-debug.ar as well. Okay, now from where you will get these 2 files, right? So like if you remember we ran this command, right? So the command is done. Here you can see build successful. If you are getting an error, that means you did some mistake in the code. So here you need to go to your Android library, go to build, outputs, AAR, and here you should see these 2 files. So you need to copy the debug AR file to the debug folder, release AR file to the release folder, but you need to change the name to whatever is your plugin name -debug.ar, and similarly over here whatever is your plugin name -debug.ar. Once that is done, you need to come back to Godot, go to project settings, go to plugins, and make sure you check this particular checkbox as well. Once that is done, go to your script over here, and here you can see firstly we are getting hold of our plugin name, then we are initializing our plugin inside the ready method. Then on button click I'm just doing if Android plugin is initialized, call the method name first, which takes this parameter, right? And for rest it does not take any parameters, so I'm just calling all these methods. That's it. So yeah, if you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.